What if the hallowed halls that promise to mold your son into a gentleman are actually a gilded cage designed to break him, and the only way to save him is to dismantle the very institution you trusted with his future? In Boys of Briar Hall, the complete series, Elena Lawson delivers a dark academia saga that transforms the elite boarding school trope into a searing exploration of systemic abuse, maternal rage, and the terrifying cost of legacy, proving that in landscapes built on silence, the most dangerous curriculum is the one taught between the lines. This isn't merely another prep school mystery with privileged teens. It's a sprawling, emotionally precise narrative where every polished corridor holds a confession, every honor code feels like both shield and shackle, and justice requires mothers to become monsters when institutions refuse to be accountable. From the first ivy-draped narration, listeners are immersed in a world where tradition is trauma codified and belonging is bought with complicity. Perfect for fans of multi-layered suspense and stories where female fury becomes forensic tool, this complete series audiobook serves up relentless atmospheric dread, unflinching thematic depth, and protagonists whose journeys from obedient insiders to sovereign truth-tellers resonate with anyone who's ever been told to trust the system over their own child. When journalist Clara Vance enrolls her son Leo at Briar Hall after his father's death, she expects opportunity, not to uncover a century-old pattern of correction disguised as discipline that has consumed generations of boys. But as Clara navigates alumni galas and hushed infirmary visits, she realizes this inheritance isn't about prestige, it's about erasure. Lawson masterfully avoids reducing Briar Hall to cartoonish villainy or Clara to hysterical mother. Instead, she crafts a narrative where institutional critique becomes intimate excavation, where consent is renegotiated through maternal intuition rather than administrative permission, and where liberation requires honoring the boys' silenced voices without speaking for them. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional precision across all installments, capturing Clara's disciplined composure fracturing into fierce clarity, while secondary voices shift subtly across decades, making every whispered warning feel like both archive and alarm. You don't just hear the conspiracy unfold, you feel the seismic shift of women learning that protection sometimes demands burning the sanctuary down. What elevates Boys of Briar Hall beyond typical dark academia fare is its nuanced portrayal of elite education as intergenerational violence rather than individual corruption. Clara isn't merely exposing scandals, she's confronting how her own class privilege blinded her to systemic harm, challenging the notion that access equals safety. Her relationships evolve through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing silences with other mothers whose loyalty masks grief, establishing underground networks that bypass official channels, and defending boys' right to be believed against cultures that mistake obedience for character. Supporting characters add vital texture: faculty whose devotion conceals complicity, alumni whose success carries invisible scars, even Briar Hall itself, rendered as living organism, whose stone walls absorb centuries of unprocessed pain. Every interaction reinforces the series' core truth: in systems built on hierarchy, tenderness is sabotage, and presence is the only true rebellion. Even the academic mechanics serve thematic depth, with honor codes mirroring emotional containment and graduation rituals becoming metaphors for earned autonomy. For audiobook listeners, this complete collection is an immersive sensory descent into elegant dread. The narrator embodies Clara and her evolving community with remarkable distinction. Clara's voice carries steel wrapped in dawning sovereignty, while secondary voices span generations and stations, making every era's tragedy distinct yet interconnected. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant chapel bells marking temporal shifts, rain against leaded windows during vulnerable confessions, the hushed rustle of archival documents syncing with breath during moments of revelation, all anchor mythic stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of investigation and reckoning, deliberate during research and reflection, then surging with urgency as external pressures collide with internal awakenings across volumes. Whether you're commuting through modern landscapes or sitting in twilight solitude, the audiobook creates a portable campus where slowness feels sacred and connection feels lifeline. Its storytelling is embodied validation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a journey where healing isn't about restoring tradition, but about reimagining what safety truly means. Ultimately, Boys of Briar Hall, the complete series, redefines dark academia by centering maternal epistemology within institutional frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for intricate plotting and cathartic resolution, while delivering substantive commentary on class complicity, masculine conditioning, and the radical act of trusting children's truths when systems demand silence. No prior series knowledge is needed. The complete collection stands confidently as a unified emotional odyssey. If you've ever wondered whether legacy can coexist with accountability, or if true strength requires breaking cycles you benefited from, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most powerful act is refusing to let another boy disappear into the woodwork. Press play, walk through the gates, and prepare to believe that even in landscapes shaped by silence, voices still find ways to return. Your next essential saga isn't waiting in pristine reputations. It's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to prioritize people over institutions.